one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do I have a motion to open tonight's meeting?
Motion open.
I'll second it. Trino seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So the first item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. We have two sets of minutes. Let's start with the May 6th minutes. Does everybody have a chance to look those over? Are there any comments or questions? Your concern was addressed, right?
Yep.
Okay. Anything else that anybody has? Do I have a motion to accept those minutes?
Motion. Second.
Sam motions, Bob seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, the May 20th minutes. Everybody's had a chance to look at those, right? Any comments, questions?
Nope.
Okay. All right, do I have a motion to accept those?
Motion.
Sam motions,
Second.
Bob seconds again. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, good. Okay, so we have no possible extensions or abandonments of application pursuant to the town's code. We have no public hearings. We do have one item remaining for discussion and action, that's 35 and 39 Everett Road, 2-1-10.2 and 2-1.6. The applicant's request an interpretation that one zoning code, section 97-59B1 and 4 are applicable to and enforceable against the operation occurring at 39 Everett, and 2, zoning code, section 9747F does not prohibit the application to and/or enforcement of sections 9759B1 and 4 of the zoning code as against at 39 Everett, because under the circumstances, said applicant and/or enforcement would not result in an unreasonable restriction or regulation of the farm operations at 39 Everett. So that is the discussion is a continuation. We've closed the public hearing on that. Did you have an opportunity, Rob, to speak to?
I did speak with the applicant's attorney. I wanted to confirm what, if anything else, he wishes to provide in view of the email I had sent out on May 27th. If I'm understanding correctly, there is nothing further to add, Mr. Barron?
No, unfortunately, we didn't unfortunately review that, but there's nothing more for me to comment on at this point.
So with that, then, there's nothing further. Thank you.
Okay. So I think the next move is unless somebody else here has a comment or question, or wants to discuss this any further, we can move to a vote on whether there's an interpretation that the code enforcement officer can take action, correct?
Yes.
And we'll do that as one blanket thing, or do you?
Correct. We'll have a one blanket question for interpretation, whether the code enforcement can take action.
Okay. Good. So if you wanna poll
Yep.
the panel when you're ready, we'll go through that.
Give me one moment.
Great.
Yeah. Just pull up my notes from last time.
Are we waiting on me? I didn't know if we're
I'm
waiting.
gonna just make the vote myself and ask for the proposed interpretation, asking for board member, forgive me,
Bergson.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay, so I've taken some time to research the issue, and I am going to rule that the zoning board should deny the applicant's request for an interpretation. To comment in support of my decision, Ag and Markets Law, Section 305A governs and directs our zoning board in terms of what zoning laws can be applied to a farm, an agricultural use in the town. I reviewed certain decisions that were made by the Ag and Markets Law, Ag and Markets Board in response to some similar issues, and I researched the issue, and I found that certain issues that would constitute an unreasonable use of farm land on a neighboring property would be things like massive, like manure storage type of facility, allowed, like, you know, certain activities that, like allowed canine or aggressive dogs that go to a certain level that I don't think the property at 39 Everett Road has reached that threshold. And so, in conclusion, to reiterate my position, I would deny the applicant's request for an interpretation here, based on the fact that our zoning board, our inspector is prohibited from enforcing such a zoning provision.
Okay, and, Board Member Farfalla?
So, my interpretation was that there's no violation of any laws that we have on, because if we set precedents on something like this, we have a lot of farms, a lot of farmers in the town of Goshen. And I still think that we'll set a precedent on, open up a can of worms on every little thing around the agriculture zoning of this piece of property.
And so if I understand correctly, you're, denying the,
Yes.
request for information? Okay.
We'll go to Trina, I
Yep.
just want to go last.
Uh,
I agree with both Ellen and Mr. Bernstein.
Okay, and is there any other, other than what's already been added, is there anything further you wish to add? All right, Board Member Barrett?
I agree with the rest of the board. I don't know if there's I know that the commercial vehicle was moved, and, you know, that was kind of my only sticking point, was commercial vehicles being on the property. They've been moved. I guess as long as they stay off of that property line, then I would have to agree that, I would have to agree with the other members of the board.
Chairman Berman?
Yeah, I agree with the other members here, on all those points. I'd like to add that the farm is in the ag district, which really kind of strengthens the ag and markets laws and rules. And they, of course, I think they trump our zoning, and so therefore I don't think that the building inspector should be allowed to enforce those aspects of the code. And I agree with Member Barrett in that keeping the commercial vehicles, the truly non-farming vehicles out of that buffer zone is important.
Understood, and so then, although, Board Member Vanguard's here tonight, if I'm counting correctly, we have, 5 votes for denial.
Yes.
Okay, is there anything further?
You guys.
Okay, we have a motion then to close the, this portion of the agenda.
To close the meeting? You want to close this portion? Motion to close it.
Second.
Portion of the meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
I think last time we were together, we went through a number of agenda items for the coming meetings, next 2 months. I know they're on there, and see, I think they'll be, I don't have that agenda in front of me, but.
Do you wanna know what's next?
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, I think
great.
some of them would need to be confirmed, if I'm not mistaken, or?
Yeah, your next one's gonna be June 17th, which is gonna be 6 and 8 Gumwood Drive. So there's the
And that's the
provision.
only thing on that.
That is the only thing on that night, so there's the provision where we put that a week adjourned, it would be noticed. That would be the only thing that evening. July 1st, you have 2 Jessica Court and Gotham properties coming back. And then July 15th, you have 2 Fairway Empire Solar.
So Gumwood he's on hold?
Yeah,
It's on right now, but Rory told them they have to give you a week's notice if they're gonna adjourn it again from the 17th.
Okay.
They are talking to the town board, I believe.
Okay.
Which applicant is this again?
That's Gumwood, 6 and 8 Gumwood. So they're trying to find another
The floodplain
resolution.
guys.
Yeah, they're trying to find another resolution, and we're trying to give them a little bit of time to do that. So, that's it. Do we have anything else first?
No, nothing further.
You good, Val?
Okay.
Frank, you good? Do we have a motion to close the meeting?
Motion to close.
James?
Seconded.
Oh, wow. You guys will have to fight that one.
Make it
out.
up to last meeting.
Oh, that's
Last meeting, they sent
okay.
out.